Hello, my beautiful mums. Congratulations on giving birth. What an incredible time in your life and your baby's life, as well as your families. I am so proud of you and I am absolutely in awe of you. I just think that giving birth is one of the most amazing things, and so you should be so proud of yourself. And not only that, but you've also decided to join the classes, to reconnect to your body and to just build that strength again. So I'm really happy to train you and just connect with you through this beautiful time. Now, I wanted to film this video for you because I really want to nurture you through your post-pregnancy, and it's so important that we really work your transverse pelvic floor and abdominal muscles properly so that you can reconnect and build that strength in the right way. So I know that sometimes it can feel a little frustrating to slow things down, especially after carrying for 9 months. You just want to move, and it must feel so amazing to just be able to move your spine backwards and forwards, to see your feet. But I do really want to stress the importance of taking time out to just slow down and reconnect with the correct technique. Depending on what birth you had, if you have any separation or not. If you're unsure, you could always go to a physio that can check, or a doctor. It's just quite nice to know what you do and don't have. And then that way we can really work on that throughout the classes. I also just wanted to tell you that everything is safe for you to do, but sometimes if you're coming into a cardio class and you just really want to jump around and move, but maybe the pelvic floor is just a little tender still, really take those modifications, because it is important that you're not putting too much pressure on the pelvic floor, and we want to strengthen it before we just jump straight into it. The other thing is of course getting that transverse really, really strong. And I know that a lot of mums that I train, they'll come back and do the classes and say to me, I'm finding it quite hard to switch on my core again. That's completely fine, and it's completely normal. I don't want to see you beat yourself up about it. You have to remember how incredible you are and what your body has just done, and now you are caring and bringing a child up in this world. So you are amazing, and it will take a couple of months to really start to feel that connection again, but doing these Pilates classes is going to be the best thing for you. So let's get into a few exercises, and I'm going to teach you how to really activate and connect to your core throughout the abdominal series that we do. So come and sit down on your mat, and then you're going to flip onto your back. Now, if you don't want to do any abdominal curling, if you're feeling a bit of pulling sensation, or if you have quite a lot of separation, what I want you to do is keep your head flat. So come and lay down on your mat, and then from here, an option that you can do when we're doing the classes is you're just going to float one leg to tabletop and then the other leg to tabletop. Now from here, without lifting your head, we can come into toe tap. So you're going to inhale as you lower your toe, and then exhale as you draw it back. Inhale as you lower, exhale, draw it back. And basically what you want to do here is try and draw your ribs down towards your hips, because when you're carrying, everything's expanding out. So we really want to try and work on drawing your ribs back in towards your midline. So toe taps is a really good one to do, and you can start to challenge your core by pressing your legs slightly further away from your body. And then of course, if you do want to challenge yourself a little more and it feels right, you could just curl up and then do your toe taps in an abdominal curl. Maybe you just do 2 and then you feel a bit of pulling sensation, so you want to rest out. That's fine. If you're not keeping up with my pace and tempo in my other classes, don't worry. I would rather you do everything correct and just slow it down. The second exercise that you can do is extending one leg and then extending the other leg. And again, you can challenge your core by taking it down a little further, or you could just keep it a little higher for this one as well. Keep drawing your belly button down. The third exercise, which really works pelvic floor and transverse, is little bunny hops up. So nice and controlled, you're gonna lift your tailbone up and then lower back down. Lift it up and lower. And if that's too strong for you right now, don't go into those bunny hops, they're quite hard, but eventually you could just try and do a couple of those to really strengthen your transverse, which is your lower abdominal muscles, and then your pelvic floor. The other thing that I wanted to just clarify is when we come into planking series, if it doesn't feel right for you to plank, you could come onto all fours. You could tuck your toes and then just come into a 4-point kneel. So by that, I mean you're just gonna hover your knees up until you feel a little shaky or a little pulling sensation, and then you could just lower it down and then lift it up and then lower it down. The other thing is, if you do want to try and do your planks, you could either come down and hold. As soon as you feel a pulling sensation, just rest and reset. So depending on where you are in your recovery from your birth, I just want you to listen to your body, take your time, really focus on drawing everything in towards your midline and your ribs down towards your hips. And then over time, you will just build that strength back up again. But just remember how incredible you are and what an amazing job that you're doing. And I cannot wait to do more classes with you.